Hello.
Gulmi, turn on your camera. Yeah, you can start.
Hello. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You can start.
Okay, sir. A very good evening to everyone. On behalf of Just Agriculture Education, I, Golme Langamayu, cordially invites you all to a 7-day free service for ICAR-ASRB-NET Aspirant from 15 to 21st April 2023. I'm very glad to announce that the program includes 20 specializations, namely agronomy, agricultural chemicals, agricultural meteorology, agricultural biotechnology, agricultural entomology, agricultural economics, agricultural extension, agroforestry, soil science, genetics and plant breeding, plant pathology, plant physiology, floriculture and landscaping, fruit science, land and water management, engineering, spices, plantation and medicinal and aromatic plants, agricultural microbiology, seed science and technology, vegetable science and environmental science will be covered by 40 ICAR NET 2016, 18, 2021 Achievers and ARS MENT Toppers. The ASRB NET-qualified candidates will be able to apply for the rector's or the assistant professor post when vacancies are released by different agricultural universities. I know everyone are busy preparing for the NET exam as the days are running out and eagerly waiting for this 7-day free service program, which will be a daily session live on YouTube by previous year NET achievers, and important tips and effective strategies will be explained, exposure to the latest exam pattern, and personalized guide to help you prepare better. It is a matter of great pride for the team Just Agriculture for organizing this groundbreaking training program at regular interval with such a short span of time. Before beginning the program, I would like to tell our participants about the organizers of this program. Just Agriculture is India's most rising agriculture magazine with more than 1.05 lakh readers in India. First issue of the magazine was launched on 15 September 2020, and till now, 19 issues of magazine are published. It is the most credible platform for researchers, students, and scientists to share their ideas on latest innovative topics. Coming to the session, today I feel privileged to welcome the organizing director of this training program, Dr. DPS Badwal, all the prominent speaker of the day, members of the organizing committee, and most importantly, attendees of this session. Now, I warmly welcome you, a highly qualified speaker of the first session, Ms. Diwali Roy from IRI, Specialization in Soil Science and Agricultural Chemistry. Diwali Roy, you may start the session.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So, a very good evening, whoever participated here for this free lecture series of ASRB-NET. Myself, Diwali Roy. So, before starting of this session, may I know the students already have joined, those participants for soil science, or shall we wait for a few minutes?
Participants already joined through YouTube. You can start. And slightly tilt your camera because your face is not properly visible. Yeah, perfect. You can start.
Okay, so myself, Diwali Roy, and I have done my UG from Central Agriculture University. After that, I have pursued my master's from Uttar Banga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, and there I have joined Indian Agriculture Research Institute, ARI, and now I'm pursuing my PhD in Soil Science and Agriculture Chemistry in 3rd year. So I welcome you all again in this lecture series of ASRB NET. So my subject, as you all know, that is soil science. So actually, if you talk about the qualifying the net or something, so I will just give a brief idea, and I will request the host to please allow me to turn my to share my screen.
Yeah, you can share. You already co-host.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
you are audible.
Oh, actually, there is a problem to share my screen. Can I join it from my phone so that I can easily share it?
You can share your screen through your phone.
Yes, yes.
Or you can mail your PPT.
Yes.
You can mail your PPT to our team.
Okay, that's better. I think.
I'll drop mail ID in the chat box. Okay, please
Now
forward
it's
your.
visible. Is it visible now? The screen, the
No,
PPT.
oh, it is not visible.
Actually, it's showing that only host can share this in this meeting.
Just wait.
From phone, actually, I am joining. So
From phone, by which name you have joined? Diwali Roy?
yes, yes.
Okay, I have added you co-host. Now you can share.
I think I can share from here as well. Is it visible, the screen?
Yeah, visible. Please turn on the slideshow mode and you
Okay.
can start. Yeah.
So I'm audible, right?
Yeah, you are perfectly audible and visible. Please start.
So sorry for the technical glitch. My name is Dali Roy, and I'm going to just give a brief idea about the ICAR NET ASRB. So as you all know that the cutoff for qualifying only net is 70 out of 150. You have to score 75 for UR or unreserved category just to qualify the net. That is 50%. For OBC and EWH is 67.5. That comes for 45%. For ST and SC it's 60%. That's 40%. And that's total number of question it actually 150. So in out of 150 you have to score 75 for you are just to qualify the net, and respective it's given. So on each question there is one more, and the negative is 0.33, that is 1/3 of the questions. So coming to the soil science, the syllabus, first before preparing for any this one ASRB NET or anything. We just need to know completely about that this one, the syllabus, how they are actually this one, the unit wise especially. So the first is pedology, the unit 1, which is comprises all the composition of earth crust, their relationship, their soil, rocks, and minerals. I will be highlighting the main point gradually. Just you should know the unit. What are the unit that you have to focus? That is the first part is pedology part. The second part is this one. The second part is, it's not sharing. The second part is soil physics. The third part is soil chemistry and soil fertility. Now, there is so much things written in this under each of this unit, so it might you may get this one confused a bit. So just to give a clear picture about the idea, because all the sections are not equally important. So in each unit, you have to focus on particular some topic that will be in that last. I have attempted four times a similar pattern or similar kind of, the special topics that they are mostly highlighting. So I will be delighted to share that particular point that you need to focus on. So the topics, the focus or the major area to be focused is first is weathering process. Now comes to weathering process, as we all know that soil weathering processes comes to physical weathering, chemical weathering, biological weathering. So but under this, what are the things that you have to keep in your mind? That is the types of weathering, especially what are the types of weathering and especially their examples. Suppose in physical weathering, what are the agent and what are the rocks and minerals they are producing from that particular weathering. And suppose the chemical weathering, under chemical weathering, there is hydrolysis, there is hydration, there is oxidation, there is reduction. So by each of these particular process, you have to know by example. Suppose the formation of limonite from hematite. What kind of this one weathering process is this? This kind of question is very common in all type of ASRB net. That they will for sure they're gonna ask one question from this weathering process, like 1 or 2 questions for sure. That what kind of weathering that happens in that area or that specific particular geographical region, like that. And especially the horizon development. What are the basic pedogenic process, the elevation, the humification. So these and the specific pedogenic process, you have to know you should have a clear concept about each of these weathering processes, their definition, their examples, and the major predominant local area where it's are happening. Okay, and now comes to the factors. What are the actually governing factors which cause the littorization, which cause the coastalization, etc. Now comes to the types of minerals and rocks. For the types of minerals and rocks, I will be I want to tell that you may note down the topics that I am discussing so that you can refer that topic in the book now for convenient. Now, types of minerals and rocks. Actually, there are 2 types of minerals, as we all know that is 3 types of minerals: igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary. So these kind of rocks, what are the examples of these rocks? And minerals, primary minerals, secondary minerals, their particular the definition, how they form. You have to know this. Now, under soil taxonomy, you have to follow the different types of soil taxonomy. Actually was there. Some scientists, Dokuchev, he had given one zonality concept. Marbot has given one kind of classification. Then soil family has been introduced. So you have to know the gradual evolution in the soil taxonomy, like what are the classification have formed first and how they have evolved with the time, like this. And then what are the different types of endopedons and epipedons? See, epipedons and endopedons are very important topic. 1 or 2 questions will be there for sure for either epipedons or endopedons. And especially different types of order. There are 12 orders, as we all know that. So special criteria for each order you have to know. And types of soil group. What are the major types of soil groups are present in India? And especially after that, in like which type of soil is present in which kind of a state, like that you have to know. And last, under this, you should know the soil moisture regime and the soil thermal regime. So these things you have to, at least this order part and epipedons, endopedons, you have to know that it's very important. See, and the characteristic they for sure they're gonna ask, like suppose in this one, in arid and semi-arid region, which type of epipedons you will find, or something like that. The organic matter rich epipedons is known as histic epipedons. So these questions are very common, and so you should not be confused among that, because they are very much confusing. After that, soil survey. Now under soil survey, a basic common question they used to ask is that the soil survey, different types of soil survey, 4 types is there, na? The detailed soil survey, the semi-detailed, reconnaissance, and rapid reconnaissance. So this kind of soil survey, their units, their map scale, and the area they used to cover, their frequency. So you have to know this. There is a table in ICAR, so you have to by heart the whole table, because from there one question will be there for sure, like under general agriculture, what kind of survey we wish to follow, or you can say in kind of watershed development, one kind of survey we wish to follow, like that. Now, the soil physical property. See, in the soil physical property, we all know that soil texture, soil structure, these are very important things, because these are very common actually. Everyone will study these things, what kind of structure they are, plateau structure, prismatic structures, these are spheroidal structure, means which area will get what, like that. So one question from the structure. Texture, they don't usually ask that much nowadays, but in indirect way they will ask, like how we can measure the texture property, or something like characteristics they will ask from texture. So but you have to, because these are very basic things, so you should not be confused about these things, like the bulk density, the porosity thing, what are these basic difference between particle density and the bulk density, some basic calculations, and the soil air, especially soil temperature, the chrome hue value, these things you should know. But under the whole soil physics part, the important portion majorly comes from soil water. So soil water is very important, starting from the types of soil water, what are the concept behind the available soil water, how we can determine the moisture content in the soil, and the instrumentation technique. It's very important. And now moving forward, after soil physics, let's talk about some problematic soil. We know that acidic soil, saline soil, alkali soil, these are every time they will ask, but now they have a bit changed, they have changed the pattern a bit. They won't ask directly the question. They will ask that what kind of salts are present in saline soil, what kind of salts are present in alkali soil, or you can say what are the reclamation or management perspective view, but not a direct question. Now, in kind of ICAR NET, they have somehow they have stopped asking the direct question. They used to ask something conceptual, the assertion, reasoning type question. For that, you should have a very clear idea about the concept. So problematic soil, how they are forming. So saline soil, alkali soil, in between these also there is a huge difference. So what are the difference? What are the characteristics? What are the factors actually they are happening? So you should know that. After problematic soil, the soil chemistry part is also important, and majorly the students actually they commit mistake in soil chemistry part only, because the clay minerals is very confusing. And now many of the questions are asking from these clay minerals, especially the phyllosilicates part, what kind of this one, what kind of 1:1 type of minerals, 2:1 type of minerals, 2:1 type of minerals. So like that, you should know that the examples for this everything, this the different kind of phyllosilicates, and especially under phyllosilicate, their C-axis spacing, their specific surface area, and their this one, the specific surface area, the C-axis spacing, their cation exchange capacity. So which of the minerals is having higher surface density, which is having lower surface density, which is having higher CAC or low CAC. So in ICAR only that our basic soil science book, everything is there in table form. So just you need to be thorough about this, their shape, what kind of trioctahedral minerals are there, what kind of dioctahedral minerals are there, and especially how they form. And if possible, you go through this structure. If you go through this structure, you will have a clear concept about their formation, you know. So, and also, when you talk about the phyllosilicate clay mineral, so we have to know about their ion exchange property also. And these different types of these Gapons reactions are there, Vansler reactions are there. But if you, it is actually a bit difficult question. So you need time to actually get through it to know about this. For now, I'm not talking about this. Now comes to the soil nutrition part. The basic major 3 nutrients that we have to know each and every point about them is the nitrogen dynamics, the phosphorus dynamics, and potassium dynamics. See, in the nitrogen dynamics, there should be, you have to know everything about the denitrification, the nitrification, the volatilizations, everything, because these are very you can say these are very easy questions, like, but students actually, means most of us actually commit our mistake in that things only, because we have to know the each of the organisms, that which of these organisms are engaging in what process, like that. Comes to phosphorus dynamics, we have to know about the fixation parts and all, in acidic soil, what kind of fixation is occurring, in calcareous soil, what kind of fixation of this occurring, like that. In case of potassium dynamics, we have to know about the potassium this one fixation, especially they have that specificity under this one, like I position, E position, and P positions. So you have to know about this, what is the constant K, what are the step K concept, so like that. But now, from last 2-3 years, they are asking mostly the question from micronutrients, because micronutrients, especially among micronutrients, iron, zinc, and boron, these 3 elements are very much important, because you will get lots of questions from that. What are the questions? Especially their soluble form, their insoluble form. What kind of this one, their predominance, what are the factors governing their availability, and the submerged soil, in that submerged soil, what are the chemistry behind their availability. So you have to know about these things. So micronutrients is very important. So you try to go through the IEEE micronutrient chapter very, means from start to end, you should know, means you should go through it actually. Now, coming to the soil testing and fertility evaluation, we know what are the, actually especially the organic carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, what are the methods we are following for that, what are the reagents we are using for that. Coming to the spectrophotometric analysis, suppose we are following flame photometry for potassium, so what are the wavelength for that? In case of phosphorus, what are the wavelength for that? So like that. So like that, you should know about their soil testing methodology, especially the reagent they are using, and the wavelength, and the method they are following. Suppose in available nitrogen, what are the reagent they are using? So mixed indicator. In case of organic carbon, what indicator we are using? Diphenylamine indicator. So all this process, you should know about the indicator specifically. Now the fertility evaluation, under this only the fertility evaluation will come, but you, for that comprehensive study, you should know about the DREES, the STCR approach, the critical nitrate, the nutrient concentration, this concept, the mixture list, the growth relationship, the base nutrient availability, like that. You should, at least you should go through each law, because 1 or 2 questions will be coming from the law part for sure. Now comes to the soil microorganisms. See, soil microorganisms, we actually overlook that part, but nowadays so many questions are coming from soil microorganisms, especially what kind of, what are the types of soil microorganisms present in soil, whether they are autotrophic, whether they are heterotrophic, whether they are aerobic, whether they are anaerobic, like that. So the bacteria, the fungi, the algae. So you should know that what are the dominant microorganisms present in soil biota, and especially what are the process they are involved in. So by this one, what are the diazotrophic bacteria are engaging in nitrification process, denitrification process, sulfur oxidizing bacteria, iron oxidizing bacteria. So you should know about these things, okay? And associated with the soil microorganism, you will get the biofertilizer part also, the rhizobium. We know that rhizobium, though it's very common question, and one question will be coming from rhizobium, like what are the cross inoculation group for rhizobium, what are the application rates for rhizobium, or what are the function for lag hemoglobin or the peribacterial membrane, like that. Now they are asking for the mechanism part actually from rhizobium. So you should know, you should have a clear distinct idea about the biofertilizer, not only the rhizobium, now there's a blue-green algae also, and that azolla part also, and what are the symbiotic bacteria, what are the non-symbiotic bacteria, what are the associative bacteria, like, and especially the VAM, this ectotropic mycorrhiza, endotropic mycorrhiza. So these examples are very frequent in question, so you should not be confused among these. Now the fertilizer, nowadays they don't ask that much question for fertilizer, the nutrient percentage and all, but still also you should know that some of the like common type of question they may ask the nitrogen percentage in urea or like that, but usually they have stopped asking in these questions. But if they ask the one or two, means you should know, you should get, at least you should have a basic idea for that. Now the heavy metals pollution. The heavy metal pollution, actually what they are asking these days is that arsenic, the critical amount of arsenic for irrigation water or in case of soil, and especially the toxic form of arsenic, or you can say what are the factors that actually increase the arsenic contamination in soil, especially arsenic, cadmium, chromium, these 3-4 elements, lead, these 3-4 elements they actually asking. But you should, I won't tell that they will ask more, but at least one question used to come from this soil heavy metals or soil risk pollution part for sure. Now the soil erosion. See, under soil erosion, every time they are asking 3 to 4 questions. What kind of question is there? Like, we know the wind erosion is there, we know the water erosion there, the mechanism behind wind erosion and water erosion. So under water erosion, the splash, the sheet erosion, the reel erosion. So we know, you should know about this. These are very common questions. One question will be from this kind of erosion part, and one question will be from this this wind erosion mechanism. Suppose saltation, suspension, surface creeping. What are the diameter? That is what are the diameter of particles in suspension or surface creep or saltation, like kind of that. What are the agronomical measures they are actually following? We are following for soil erosion, the conservation practice, or what kind of mechanical measure we are following for this. And last but this one not the least is the instrumentation technique. So under this instrumentation technique is that actually as I told you earlier, that is the flame photometer, the flame photometric, in which law actually it works, the spectrophotometer, in which law it actually works, what are the mechanism behind it. In case of atomic absorption spectrophotometer, that is AAS, what are the lamp we are using, like that. So this instrumentation technique is very important, and every year they are asking, even last year also 2 questions were from there. So like that, these are the major areas that actually 20 minutes or 30 minutes is not enough for talking about the whole net, the whole syllabus, but just to give you a preliminary idea about which of the portion that you need to focus. Just I have tried to summarize, or I have tried to simplify it, and rest only 10 days is left for the exam. So I will prefer that you should at least go through some of the books. Like, I know you have gone through books, but still the majority of question for the ICAR NET or ASRB NET are used to ask from 2 books mainly, the Soil Science and Introduction, that is 2 books from ICAR-ASRB, and Fundamentals of Soil Science. One is a brown color book and one is green color. So these 2 books, at least you should go through it twice before exam, the whole book, because it's very important, and majority of the question are they used to ask from these 2 books only. And Of course, if time permits, then it's very good if you go for the textbook of soil science, that is by T.D. Vishweshan Mukherjee. Soil science treatise is a very helpful for the comprehensive last moment preparation. If you don't have time and you want to cover the whole syllabus, then what is the best option that will be available for you is that soil science treatise. Now, introductory soil science that you used to study from our UG days, DKD, and textbook of pedology for if you want to get a better idea of the pedology, that is by J. Segar. Soil fertilizer, it's very good for the fertility parts for Tisdale and Nelson. And right, and every time after that all textbooks, I think you should also invest some time on this objective preparation also. So there is a good book on objective soil science by T. Ramesh. Some of the mistakes are there, but overall you can go for this objective if you want to clear your idea about this objective soil science. So like that. So the major strategy, if you go for this one this one for exams, then I would like now the pattern has been changed somehow from direct question to assertion reasoning. So for that, you should have a very clear basics and concept. Your concept should be very much clear, especially soil science. There is more than by hearting. You should know the concept. Yes.
I think time is limited, so we have to.
Yes. I'm going to finish, and so you should cover the last book. It's okay if you can't find, if you can't this one, if you can't finish the more books, at least whatever books you are finishing, but you should do more revision. The syllabus coverage should be there, and go for the qualitative rather than quantitative, because I will study 10 hours, 12 hours, that doesn't matter. If you study for 2 hours, 3 hours also with full concentration or with a smart way, then also it's enough. The objective practice, means simultaneously with the textbook, you should also focus on that objective practice also. You should go for the objective, but before objective, you should finish the textbook first. And try to avoid the questions if you're not sure about it in example, because negative is a big problem in ICAR NET. Half of the questions, half of the students, we can't even clear because of the negative marking. So try to avoid those questions. If you're appearing 100 questions, be sure about that. At least no need to attempt more number of questions and using it just for negative. And attempts the should one only. Take time to read the question thoroughly. And before final submission of the question paper, you should at least go through the question paper at least twice, if time permits. So by saying all these things, I would like to, because time is a constraint, so I would like to finish my presentations. If anything you want to ask, then you can ask me. And good luck and stress for your dream, and good luck for the net. Thank you.
Diali, I would like to ask some question, that is, it would be good if you can mention some books or resource material that you prefer to during your previous NET exam.
Materials means I have talked about the books, right? Like what are the books I have followed?
Like which one you have preferred and which will be beneficial when time is limited. Like
for that only, actually, I told that one.
You can mention where they can
that one actually. See, for that, I have told them that Soil Science and Introduction by ICAR and Fundamental Soil Science, these are the two major books that usually I used to follow for all kind of ICAR NET or SRF or anything. But when the time is limiting, for that you can go for the Soil Science Treatise. That is, it's available in every online platform, Soil Science Treatise by Itala Satyanarayan. So there you will get very clear and distinctive idea about this one. Like last moment preparation, it's very good. This one, and along with the soil science green book, if you go through the soil science treatise, that will be enough. You don't need to refer any other book for at least for qualifying for clearing the cutoff marks. And the chapters, actually, I have talked about the major chapters. Actually, these are the major areas they used to ask mostly the questions. Not like in whole unit. They don't. It's not necessary they are asking from every corner. They will be particular about few topics, and every time they are, they used to ask from these particular topics only. The pattern is very common. But each year they are improvising their patterns. So now if you see that reasoning kind of questions are more there, so for that you should clear your concept for that.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diali Roy, for sharing details on the type of soil and important topics for proper planning and executing excellent strategies with us. Next, we will have Engineer Madhukar Patel from IGKB, specialization in land water management engineering, to deliver his lecture. To motivate our participant, I would request sir to join the session.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, you're audible.
Okay. Very good evening to all of you. Now I'm going to share my screen. Please allow me to share my screen. Hello. Hello, Gulmai.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Madhukar, you can start. You are audible and visible too.
Yes, sir, but I'm not now allowable for sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Please
we
allow
are just
my
making you co-host. Now you can share.
Okay, thank you. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, you're visible.
My screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay. Very good evening to all of you. Myself, Engineer Madhukar Patel. I am now here at IGKV as a PhD. Finally, I have submitted just this month my PhD coursework and thesis finally. So first of all, I will introduce my journey to this ICAR NET. I have completed my PG, that is post-graduation in soil and water engineering from Indira Gandhi Krishi Vishwavidyalaya in the year 2015. And first I have appeared this exam in the year 2015. On that year, I am not qualified for this exam with a margin marks in means 5 to 6 marks. I have not secured that qualified to this examination. After appear 2 to 3 years, in my very fourth attempt, I have qualified with the 56%. And at that year also, I have appeared for the ARS main exam. And in the year 2019, means I have continuously appeared from 2015 to this 2021, because you all know that in our IGKV, there is in our scorecard for assistant professor, it is there that weightage for this net percentage. So for increasing this percentage, I am appeared every year. So this is whole my journey. So I'm not discuss about all those things because it is very stipulated time. We have just 12 days left. As you know, our previous that speaker has already told about this. We have only 12 to 13 days left for the this year NET /ARS means that SMS or STO examination. So how should we have to means chase this exam? So if you have a strategy about this whole things, and with your strategy, you have to execute these things, because you know, when you go to the examination center, you have all those strategy, how you have to clearly clearly that all these things are clear, your syllabus is whole is clear. But in that duration, that 2-hour duration, with 2-hour duration, how you execute, how you marking that questions, how you have to select that things on that examination hall, that is important. So without proper execution, it is not possible to success. So execution is very important point. Some audience are also from Hindi background, so I will explain in bilingual form if you are allow me.
Yes, you can go.
Okay. तो क्या होता है, कभी खुशी कभी गम। अगर आपने अभी क्वालिफाई नहीं कर पाया, मान के चलिए, तो आप अगले सीजन में भी आप क्वालिफाई कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि मेरी जर्नी को आप देख लीजिए कि लगातार मैंने 4 साल अपियर हुआ। बीच में क्या है, मैंने जॉब ज्वाइन कर लिया था, तो उस समय उतना हमने प्रिपरेशन नहीं हो पाता था। फिर उसके बाद मैं एकेडमिक लाइन में आया, टीचिंग लाइन में आया, तो उसमें फिर मैंने उस चीज को क्लियर कर लिया था। तो प्रॉपर हम कैसे स्ट्रेटेजी बनाए, इसके लिए मैं बताना चाहूंगा। मैं सिलेबस में आगे जाऊंगा, थोड़ा टाइम कम है फिर भी, बट यू नो कि रूटीन हमको मेंटेन करना है। अभी बहुत कम समय है, रूटीन हमको मेंटेन करना है। और अगर इस बार नहीं हुआ तो अगली बार कोई बात नहीं, बट रूटीन शुड बी फॉलोड वेरी क्लियरली, कि हम कितने बजे सो रहे हैं, कब सो रहे हैं, कितने घंटे सो रहे हैं। इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट विथ योर फिजिकल वर्कआउट। आप इन सब चीजों को लेकर चलिए, तभी आपका नेट क्लियर हो पाएगा। आप सिर्फ पढ़ते रहेंगे 8-10 घंटा, 12 घंटा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। ओनली 2 to 3 आवर, बिकॉज दिस टाइम ऑल आप सभी ने अभी तक पूरे कोर्स को कवर कर लिए होंगे। अभी सिर्फ टाइम है रिवाइज एंड रिवाइज एंड रिवाइज। सिर्फ आपको रिवीजन करना है। और लास्टली विद इन वीक, मतलब लास्ट के 4-5 दिन आपको सिर्फ ऑब्जेक्टिव पे फोकस करना। ऑब्जेक्टिव जो बुक हैं उनको आपको क्वेश्चन करते जाना है कि क्या। और साथ ही साथ एक चीज और है, आप ऑब्जेक्टिव लगा रहे हैं लेकिन आपको कहीं भी डाउट है, तो आप सीधे रेफरेंस बुक पे आइए। रेफरेंस बुक जो हमारे स्टैंडर्ड बुक्स होते हैं उन पे आना जरूरी है, क्योंकि ऑब्जेक्टिव वाले क्या होता है, कई बार एरर, कुछ ह्यूमन एरर या कुछ भी एरर के कारण वो गलत वहां पर ऑब्जेक्टिव आ जाते हैं, मार्क्स आ जाते हैं, तो आप उसमें कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं। फिर एग्जाम हॉल में आपको कॉन्सेंट्रेट होना बहुत जरूरी है। तो रूटीन शुड बी फॉलोड। आपको एक टाइम फिक्स कर लीजिए। अगर आपको सुबह का टाइम सही लगता है तो आप सुबह में पढ़ लीजिए, दोपहर सही लगता है दोपहर पढ़ लीजिए। और एवरी आवर आप, मैं एक चीज बताना चाहूंगा, आप जब भी पढ़ाई करते हैं प्रत्येक आवर के बीच में 10 मिनट का गैप लेना जरूरी है। आप जब भी पढ़ रहे हैं पोमोडोरो टेक्निक आप अपनाइए। पोमोडोरो टेक्निक क्या होता है कि 1 आवर के साइकिल में 10 मिनट का ब्रेक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो आप पढ़ते पढ़ते थोड़ा सा वॉकिंग कर लीजिए, वर्कआउट जो भी वॉक कर लीजिए, थोड़ा सा चल के फिर पढ़िए। कंटिन्यूअसली आप एक जगह समाधि लेके नहीं बैठना है, एक जगह आप बैठ के एकदम से पढ़ते नहीं रहना है। इसमें कोई हमको कुछ ज्यादा हासिल होगा नहीं। इससे क्या होगा, आपका प्रॉब्लम आएगा, आपके बैठने में प्रॉब्लम आएगा, पोस्चर में, या जो भी है, आपका बैक प्रॉब्लम होगा, जो भी चीजें होंगी, ये बहुत दिक्कत होती है। इस चीज को मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया है, ये हमारे एक्सपीरियंस है, इसलिए आपको आपके साथ ये सब मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ। दूसरा चीज क्या होता है कि गुड स्लीप लेना बहुत जरूरी है। आपको एक गुड स्लीप मतलब कंटिन्यूसली 6 से 7 घंटा आपको सोना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। ये जो भी जो टारगेट मतलब कहना चाहिए एकदम बहुत नियर अबाउट एग्जाम है, तो इसमें आपको स्लीप लेना जरूरी है। अगर आप स्लीप नहीं लेंगे, हो सकता है बीमार पड़ जाएंगे। अभी आप कोविड का भी सीजन चल रहा है, आप कहीं देखे होंगे न्यूज में, आप रेगुलर आप देखते होंगे कि दिन ब दिन हमारा जो है कोविड बढ़ते जा रहा है। इन सब चीजों से बच के रहना जरूरी है, तभी आप उस एग्जाम हॉल तक पहुंच पाएंगे और आप अच्छे से स्कोर कर पाएंगे। तो इन सब चीजों के साथ मैं आगे बढ़ता हूँ, सिलेबस पे आता हूँ। दिस इज फॉर लैंड एंड वाटर मैनेजमेंट इंजीनियरिंग सब्जेक्ट। वी हैव 7 यूनिट। सो what are the books you have already studied, but what should be we focused during this time, because मेनली जो पोर्शन होता है, मेनली जो कवर करते हैं। देखिए एक चीज और मैं बताऊं आपको कि हमेशा नेट और एआरएस के पैटर्न में क्या है, पैटर्न कभी चेंज नहीं होता सडनली। 40 और 20 जो क्वेश्चन है उसी का खेल है, उसी का गेम है। 40 क्वेश्चन ऐसे इजी आते हैं कि वो हर किसी से बनता है, चाहे कितना भी अच्छे से पढ़ा हो या ना पढ़ा हो। और जो 20 क्वेश्चन है वही गेम चेंजर है। मतलब आप 20 अगर क्रॉस कर लेते हैं तो आप उस क्वालिफाई कर जाएंगे नेट को। जैसा कि प्रीवियस हमारे स्पीकर ने बताया कि ओबीसी के लिए कितना कट ऑफ है, जनरल के लिए कितना कट ऑफ है ना। तो आप सभी जानते हैं 40% SC/ST के लिए कट ऑफ है, 45 ओबीसी के लिए कट ऑफ है, एंड जनरल के लिए 50% कट ऑफ है। तो इस कट ऑफ को क्लियर करने के लिए जो 40 क्वेश्चन तो सबको आता है, वो हर एग्जाम में आप देखेंगे 40 क्वेश्चन हर किसी से बनता है, लेकिन आगे जो स्कोर करना है, मीन्स उस कट ऑफ को क्लियर करना है, वो 20 क्वेश्चन आपको क्लियर करना पड़ेगा। और उसके लिए एकदम आपको कॉन्सेंट्रेट होकर एग्जाम में, मीन्स ऐसा बिल्कुल भी मिस्टेक मत कीजिए। जो मैं आगे बताऊंगा अभी आगे चल के आपको कि क्या क्या मिस्टेक्स हम करते हैं। मैं सिलेबस के थोड़ा आगे बढ़ता हूँ, ये सब तो आपने पढ़ लिया है, इसको डिटेल में जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। आप सभी जानते हैं कि सिलेबस में क्या है, क्या चीजें, सभी सिलेबस को रख कर ही पूरे प्रिपरेशन करते हैं। तो मैं आगे बढ़ते हुए मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि क्या क्या हमारे साथ मिस्टेक्स हमने कर जाते हैं एग्जाम में। these are some common points: lack of information, elimination technique, pure guesses, silly mistakes. तो ये जो 4 मेजर कैटेगरी हैं, तो हम one by one we have to look into each one. First of all, lack of information. This means that you have not read the content adequately, means adequately. आपने क्या है, कंटेंट को सही से नहीं पढ़ा होता है, तो उसके कारण आप क्या कर देते हैं, दिस इज एरर मोर देन अदर, इट्स टाइम टू रिवाइज एंड मोर. आपको रिवाइज करना पड़ता है कि आपने कहाँ पर मिस्टेक कर डाला है. तो इन्फॉर्मेशन अच्छे से रखिए कि कहाँ पर हमको मिस्टेक नहीं करना है, क्या क्या पॉइंट हैं, जो की पॉइंट्स हैं उसको नोट डाउन करके रखिए. कुछ डेटास रहते हैं, कुछ जैसे हमारे अगर सब्जेक्ट की बात करें, हम जैसे इरिगेशन की बात करें, इरिगेशन इंजीनियरिंग में क्या होता है, अलग अलग मेथड्स हैं. उन मेथड में जैसे आप बात करें सरफेस इरिगेशन में, तो स्लोप के परसेंटेज कितने होते हैं, आपको डेप्थ क्या रखना है, ये सब चीजें जो छोटी छोटी पॉइंट है इसको एकदम माइंड पे रखिए. दूसरा होता है प्योर गेस वर्क. इफ नो दैट, अब सभी को मालूम है कि हमारा जो एग्जाम है वो माइनस मार्किंग का है, राइट. सो व्हाई वी आर डूइंग दिस अगेन, माइनस मार्किंग है, हमको फूंक कर कदम रखना है, फूंक फूंक कर कदम रखना है, राइट. क्योंकि आप, मैंने जैसे बताया कि 20 जो क्वेश्चन है वो गेम चेंजर है. अगर आप 20 क्रॉस नहीं करेंगे तो फिर माइनस में, आप जैसे पिछले स्पीकर ने बोला है कि माइनस मार्किंग में सब कुछ लुढ़क जाता है और हम क्लियर नहीं कर पाते हैं. मैंने कई लोगों को देखा है 4 to 5 ईयर हो गए वो क्रॉस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं इस एग्जाम को. कारण क्या है, माइनस मार्किंग. और माइनस मार्किंग वो सही से गेस वर्क नहीं लगा पाते हैं. सो डोंट गेट प्रेशर ड्यूरिंग दिस अटेम्प्टिंग द क्वेश्चन यू हैव डोंट नो. ओके, प्रैक्टिसिंग दिस फॉर्म सेल्फ कंट्रोल इज आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ प्रिपरेशन. तो सेल्फ कंट्रोल होना बहुत जरूरी है ड्यूरिंग एग्जामिनेशन, कि हम एकदम से आराम से क्वेश्चन को देखें. ओके, नाउ सिली मिस्टेक्स, दिस हैपन व्हेन यू रीड द क्वेश्चन रॉन्ग. ये बार बार होता है, हमारे साथ भी हुआ, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है. 2 से 3 क्वेश्चन हर बार के एग्जाम में मैंने ऐसा मिस्टेक कर देता था, तो 2-3 मार्क्स भी इसमें गेम चेंजर हो सकते हैं. सो डोंट डू दिस सिली मिस्टेक. रीड द क्वेश्चन प्रॉपरली एंड वेरी फ्रिक्वेंट. किसको कौन सा बबल को मार्क करना है, कौन को इनकरेक्ट करना है, ये बहुत ध्यान पे रख के करिए. इसमें एक चीज मैं बताऊं, जब से ऑनलाइन चालू हुआ है, कुछ दिन पहले, मतलब एग्जाम क्या होता था, ऑफलाइन मोड में होता था और मार्क बेस्ड सीट होता था. उस बार उसमें अगर एक बार मार्क कर दिए गोला, तो उसके बाद आपको दोबारा मौका नहीं मिलता. लेकिन इस ऑनलाइन एग्जाम सिस्टम में, जो हमारा ये ऑनलाइन है, इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि आपको ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन आप दोबारा उस क्वेश्चन पे जाके उसको मार्क्स को आप, मतलब उस बबल जिसमें आपने टिक किया हुआ है उसको आप चेंज कर सकते हैं. ये बहुत बड़ा हमारे पास बेनिफिट है. तो इसको आप करेंगे तो क्या होगा कि आपने जो रॉन्ग फिल किया है उसको दोबारा विजिट करके भी कर सकते हैं. लेकिन इसके लिए बहुत कम टाइम रहता है हमारे पास. आप सभी को मालूम है वी हैव 150 क्वेश्चंस एंड टाइम ड्यूरेशन इज 120 मिनट. तो इतने कम समय में ये चीज को कर पाना बहुत ही मुश्किल हो पाता है कि हम दोबारा विजिट कर पाए क्वेश्चन में. कई बार होता है कि क्वेश्चन नहीं बनते रहते हैं, हम दोबारा विजिट करते हैं. ओके, दूसरा चीज मैं बताना चाहूंगा यहाँ पर, एलिमिनेशन एरर. एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये बहुत ही हेल्प करता है हमारे लिए. एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक, हाउ इट विल हेल्प अस, व्हेन यू कैन एलिमिनेट 2 ऑप्शन यू हैव 50% चांस ऑफ सक्सेस. यू नो, हम ये कब होगा, जब हम थॉरली स्टडी किए होंगे. हमारे सब्जेक्ट को हम थॉरली स्टडी जब तक नहीं कर पाएंगे तो हम इस चीज को कर नहीं पाएंगे कि हमको एलिमिनेशन ही करने नहीं आएगा. अगर आपने अच्छे से कोर्स वर्क को पूरा पढ़ लिया है, सब कुछ कर लिया है, तो आपको एलिमिनेट करते आना आएगा. मतलब कि आप, इसमें भी चांस रहता है कि आप 50% रॉन्ग भी कर जाते हैं. लेकिन इसको अटेम्प्ट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ऐसे क्वेश्चन भी हमको सक्सेस देते हैं जिसमें हम 50% एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक को अपनाते हैं. ओके ओके, दीज आर सम बुक्स. उसके पहले मैं कुछ बताना चाहूंगा कि क्या होता है. ये सब चीज तो हमने कर लिया. एक चीज और है, अभी जैसे हम पढ़ रहे हैं, ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक है या फिर जो भी बुक है ना, बुक लगा रहे हैं, तो जो रेफरेंस बुक है, जैसे हमारे सब्जेक्ट में मैं बताना चाहूंगा लैंड एंड वाटर मैनेजमेंट इंजीनियरिंग में, ये जो बुक्स हैं, जो बुक्स लिस्ट में बताऊंगा, दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इरिगेशन थ्योरी एंड प्रैक्टिस बाय एम माइकल, इरिगेशन प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर इंजीनियरिंग वॉल्यूम 2 एम माइकल एंड टीपी ओझा, और लैंड एंड वाटर मैनेजमेंट इंजीनियरिंग. दीज आर द की बुक्स. ये हमारे जो सब्जेक्ट के बुक हैं, इन बुक्स का ही आपको बार बार रिवाइज करना है. अभी तो टाइम नहीं है उतना, लेकिन फिर भी आप प्रैक्टिस कीजिए. ये जो 2-3 बुक है मैं जो बता रहा हूँ, जैसे इंजीनियरिंग हाइड्रोलॉजी है ना, ये 3 और 4 बुक, इसको आप रिवाइज कीजिए. इसके साथ जो ऑब्जेक्टिव इसके पीछे बुक के आपके पीछे ऑब्जेक्टिव रहेंगे, उस ऑब्जेक्टिव को भी आपको जाना है, उन ऑब्जेक्टिव को सॉल्व करना है. अभी जो टाइम पीरियड है, ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक तो आपके पास होंगे, मैं अभी बताऊंगा कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक्स भी, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ इन जो बुक्स हैं, इन बुक्स के पीछे जो ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस है उसको पूरा इसको अटेम्प्ट कीजिए और फिर देखिए आप कैसे क्वालिफाई करते हैं एग्जाम को. सो दीज आर सम बुक्स which are reference book for our subject. ये ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक्स हैं, कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक्स में रखा है, इसके अलावा भी और ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक हैं, क्योंकि हर 2 दिन में नए नए ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक्स आ रहे हैं मार्केट में। तो ये कुछ अच्छे बुक हैं जो हमारे सब्जेक्ट के लिए बेनिफिट करते हैं कई बार। लेकिन आपको मैं एक चीज बताना चाहूंगा कि ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक्स पे फोकस मत रहिए। मैंने कई स्टूडेंट्स को देखा है कि एकदम रेफरेंस बुक को छोड़ के ऑब्जेक्टिव पे फोकस हो जाते हैं कि यार अभी हमारे पास, आप सभी को पता होगा इस बार का जो नेट और एसएमएस का जो एग्जाम है हमारा, बहुत ही कम समय का टाइम हमको मिला हुआ है तैयारी के लिए। तो कई लोग क्या सोचते हैं कि यार बुक कौन पढ़ेगा, इतना बड़ा स्ट्रेंथ, इतना बड़ा बुक है, अभी पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं है। तो आप जब जब बार बार पढ़ेंगे तभी तो आप समझ में आएंगे पॉइंट को, क्योंकि इतना इजी भी नहीं है इतना कि आप क्वालिफाई कर जाएंगे ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक के भरोसे। तो ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक के भरोसे आपको नहीं रहना है, राइट। तो ये ऑब्जेक्टिव बुक है। अच्छा, एक चीज और है कि मैं कुछ चीज भूल रहा हूं, अगर याद आए तो मैं बताऊंगा। अभी कुछ क्वेश्चन हो तो मैं ले लूंगा क्वेश्चन, उसके बाद मैं कुछ बता दूंगा इसमें जो मेरे को याद आ जाएगा। तो गोलमई, आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं।
Okay. So you have mentioned about the negative marking and the 50% chances of getting marks and getting negative marks. So in this situation, can you suggest whether the participant should go for it or like should not go for it?
Participants should be attempt that question if they have thoroughly go through the books, means whenever they thoroughly study that section, after that they have to attempt that question. Otherwise it should be a very mistake for that.
So for how many questions are there for like repetition of question, the chances are there?
Yes, every year there are 20 to 30 question, 20 question, not more than that. 10 to 20 question are repeated every year. I have saw that in my previous experiences. Every year 20 question are repeated, but it is not possible to qualify with that 20 questions. But it is very helpful for all.
Okay, and sir, I've shown so many books. So for this last 10 days preparation, which book will be the best for the participant to focus?
As I have already, yes, as I have already told that these are these 3 books in my screen. It is shown that these are the 3 books which are very best. Go through their objective questions and some portion of that units which are, because you know, आप एक चीज, हाँ मेरे को जो याद आ रहा था अभी याद आ गया। मैं एक चीज बोलना चाहूंगा एक्सपीरियंस को कि आप जब भी क्वेश्चन मतलब आप एग्जाम में जाते हैं, एग्जाम के बाद आप एक चीज कीजिए, आप क्वेश्चन से एग्जाम हॉल के निकलने के बाद तुरंत आपको क्वेश्चन को मेमोरी बेस्ड नोट डाउन करना है, क्योंकि प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन हमारे पास नहीं होते हैं, आप सभी को मालूम होगा। तो जो क्वेश्चंस हैं आप एग्जाम हॉल से निकलने के बाद उसको तुरंत से नोट डाउन कर लीजिए विथ ग्रुप ऑफ फ्रेंड्स। तो उसमें क्या होता है, आपको बेनिफिट होता है कि कौन कौन से सेक्शन से क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है। और ऐसा तो इतना ब्रॉड नहीं है सिलेबस, स्टिपुलेटेड सिलेबस है, जितना दिया है उसी से आएगा, उससे बाहर का आता नहीं है। तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि इस पोर्शन से इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन वो पूछ सकता है या अगले साल पूछ सकता है। क्योंकि अगर इस साल क्लियर होगा तो देयर इज वेरी बेस्ट, लेकिन नहीं क्लियर हुआ है अगले साल आप उस चीज को अटेम्प्ट कर पाएंगे। तो ये मैं सभी को सजेस्ट करना चाहूंगा, जितने भी यहाँ पर एस्पिरेंट्स जो देख रहे होंगे हमारे इस कार्यक्रम को, कि आप ऐसा कीजिए सभी सब्जेक्ट के लिए, नॉट फॉर आवर सब्जेक्ट ओनली। आपको क्योंकि मेमोरी बेस्ड जो क्वेश्चन रहते हैं वो बहुत हेल्पफुल होते हैं। मैं एवरी ईयर ये चीज करता हूँ, पर्सनली करता हूँ। जब भी मैंने अटेम्प्ट किया है क्वेश्चन, तो मैं मेमोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चन में जैसे एग्जाम हॉल से निकलने के बाद मैं नोट डाउन कर लेता हूँ, कुछ फ्रेंड की सहायता ले लेता हूँ। तो उसमें क्या हो जाता है कि हमारे पास लगभग 80 से 90 क्वेश्चन, 80 to 90 क्वेश्चन ये हमारे पास आ जाते हैं कि नॉट एग्जैक्टली बट सम मीन्स पॉइंट, we have point wise that this section will ask in that examination. That is very benefit for us.
One last question.
Okay.
During your preparation for NET or SMS or ARS, did you also get any opportunity like this where you can have exposure before the exam from previous year?
No, such exposure. This is very good for the aspirant. Many aspirants, this is very best, because not such exposure I have get on that time, so I missed that one.
Thank you so much, ER Madhukar Patel, for motivating our ARSB NET aspirants, sharing your valuable strategies, and for giving your valuable time with us. Thank you so much.
I am thankful to Just Agriculture team and giving me this opportunity to sharing my experience. Very much. Thank you very much, all of you.
So you can stop sharing.
Government next, Rakesh is joined or not? I guess Rakesh is not joined. You can continue with the Buddha Bhushan. He is available. Golmi, you can start from Buddha Bhushan. You are on mute. Golmi, you are on mute.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was checking for the.
Meenal is host or you are host?
Sir, for next session, Meenal is the one to host.
Yeah, Meenal, you can continue with the Buddha Bhushan, sir. He is joined. You can start your hosting.
Audible?
Yeah, you are audible but not visible.
Sir, I think Rakesh is joining. Sir.
He'll join now later on. Meenal, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
But you are not visible.
I have
Yes, I am
already
there.
done.
Wait. Hello.
Hello. Actually, we are planning to give you in the next session.
Buddha Bhushan, sir, you can start if you are prepared with your PPT or anything else. Kindly unmute yourself and you can start.
Hello.
Yeah, you can start.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Okay. So, audience, myself is Rakesh Kumar. My
Rakesh,
specialization.
please wait. We are going with the Buddha Bhushan, sir. So please wait for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, Buddha Bhushan, sir, you can start. You are on mute, I guess. You are not audible. You are not audible, or either remove your headphones.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you are audible but not visible.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, you are audible and visible. Please start.
Good evening. Myself Buddhabhushan Wankhede, PhD scholar, VNMKV Parabhani. First upon student to strategize their ASRB NET preparation by dividing certain section. First section is a syllabus and second section is the exam pattern. तो हर कोई यही बताता है कि एग्जाम पैटर्न कैसा है, क्या है, लेकिन ASRB नेट प्रिपरेशन के लिए मैंने 3 बार अटेम्प्ट किया है और 3 बार क्वालिफाई हुआ हूँ। और इस ASRB नेट एग्जाम के लिए 1/3 नेगेटिव मार्किंग रहता है, इसलिए 80 to 100 के बीच में ही क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने चाहिए फॉर अवॉइड टू नेगेटिव मार्किंग। और जो सॉइल साइंस का ओवरऑल सिलेबस है वो 9 यूनिट में डिवाइड किया है, जिसमें पेडोलॉजी, सॉइल फिजिक्स, सॉइल केमिस्ट्री, सॉइल फर्टिलिटी, सॉइल माइक्रोबायोलॉजी, स्टैटिस्टिक्स, सॉइल रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट, क्ले मिनरोलॉजी एंड एनालिसिस। इसमें हर एक यूनिट में हमें ये बात समझना है कि किस यूनिट में किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन ASRB नेट हमें पूछते हैं। जैसे कि पेडोलॉजी में मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन है एग्जाम्पल के बेसिस पे पूछते हैं, जैसे कि रॉक मिनरल्स पे जो एग्जाम्पल आते हैं उसके हिसाब से क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं। फिजिक्स में इक्वेशन और न्यूमेरिकल पे डिपेंड क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं। केमिस्ट्री पे मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन सॉइल क्ले मिनरलॉजी उस हिसाब से क्वेश्चन को पूछा जाता है। अभी एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन करते समय हमें ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हम किस बुक से पढ़ रहे हैं और कौन से बुक प्रिपरेशन के लिए अच्छे हैं। अगर आपकी जो सिलेबस उस बुक से कवर नहीं होता है, जो बुक आप डेली बेसिस पे पढ़ रहे हो, तो वो बुक पढ़ना आप छोड़ दीजिए। और नेट ASRB नेट प्रिपरेशन के लिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बेस्ट बुक है टेक्स्ट बुक ऑफ सॉइल साइंस बाय विश्वास एंड मुखर्जी। उस बुक को आप रिपीटेडली 2-3 बार पढ़िए ताकि आपका कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो जाए, क्योंकि कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चन ज्यादा से ज्यादा पूछे जाते हैं ASRB नेट में। अगर आपके कंसेप्ट क्लियर नहीं हो तो आप क्वेश्चन ज्यादा से ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट नहीं कर पाओगे, क्योंकि 1/3 नेगेटिव मार्किंग है। अगर आपको थोड़ा सा भी डाउट होगा क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड, लेकिन आपको वो सॉल्व नहीं कर पाओगे, क्योंकि नेगेटिव मार्किंग की वजह से आप जितने भी क्वेश्चन आप सही कर रहे हो उसके भी मार्क आपके चले जाएंगे। उसके वजह से आप कौन से बुक प्रिफर कर रहे हो और कौन सी बुक पढ़ रहे हो वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। विश्वास मुखर्जी एक बेसिक बुक है जिस सॉइल साइंस का, जिसको आप 2-3 बार तो पढ़ना ही चाहिए, जिससे डायरेक्टली ASRB नेट में उसमें से डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं और उस बेसिक बुक से आपके कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो जाते हैं। सेकंड बुक इज ISSB सॉइल साइंस एंड इंट्रोडक्शन। वो बुक भी बेसिक बुक है, लेकिन आपको थोड़ा डिटेल में इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएंगी सॉइल साइंस के रिलेटेड। वो बुक आपको पढ़ना है, उसमें से नोट्स तैयार करने हैं खुद के लिए। और दूसरा बुक है पेडोलॉजी के लिए सेगल बुक पेडोलॉजी के लिए सबसे बेस्ट बुक है। उसमें से आपके मोस्ट ऑफ द पॉइंट कवर हो जाएंगे, जिसमें लैंड यूज प्लानिंग, लैंड सर्वे, लैंड इवोल्यूशन, उसके बाद सॉइल सर्वे, लैंड मैपिंग और वेदरिंग, रॉक फॉर्मिंग, मिनरल, सारे के सारे जो इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है वो सेगल के बुक से कवर हो जाएंगे। सेकंड इज अ सॉइल फर्टिलिटी बाय टिस्डेल। सॉइल फर्टिलिटी बाय टिस्डेल बुक से आपको सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है एनपीके बारे में जितना भी आपको इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती है वो टिस्डेल से बुक से मिलती है। जैसे कि नाइट्रोजन के जो मिनरलाइजेशन हो रहा है, इमोबिलाइजेशन हो रहा है, डीनाइट्रिफिकेशन हो रहा है, नाइट्रोजन का फिक्सेशन हो रहा है, वो सारी चीजें आपको डिटेल पढ़ने को मिलती है, जिससे आपका कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो जाता है। सेकंड बुक इज सॉइल फिजिक्स के लिए सहा एंड सहा है। सॉइल फिजिक्स के रिलेटेड जितना भी है, सॉइल वाटर हो, सॉइल स्ट्रक्चर हो, सॉइल टेक्सचर हो, वो सारी ही डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन आपको सहा और सहा से बुक से मिल जाएंगे। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको अगर एग्जाम ASRB नेट एग्जाम देते समय सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट ये बात ध्यान में रखनी चाहिए कि हमें हमारे जो हमने सिलेबस कवर किया है उस हिसाब से हमें क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करने हैं। अगर आपने 50% सिलेबस कवर किया है तो आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्वेश्चन ना सॉल्व करें। जो क्वेश्चन आपके डाउट में है उस क्वेश्चन को आप छोड़ दीजिए, वही क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कीजिए जिसमें आप कंफर्म हो। और मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन इस तरह पूछे जाते हैं, अगर आपके कंसेप्ट क्लियर है तो उस हिसाब से क्वेश्चन आपको आते हैं। मतलब क्वेश्चन के चार चार टाइप के क्वेश्चन आपको सॉइल साइंस के रिलेटेड एएसआरबी नेट में आते हैं। फर्स्ट इज अ थ्योरी टाइप क्वेश्चन आते हैं, जो आपके अगर कंसेप्ट क्लियर है उस प्रकार के क्वेश्चन आते हैं। एक क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं आपको, साइंटिस्ट के रिलेटेड हुआ या किसी एग्जाम्पल के रिलेटेड हुआ, वो आपको डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं जो आपके रीडिंग से आपको याद आ जाती है। और थर्ड इज इक्वेशन के रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, या किसी चीज का यूनिट पूछा जाता है, जैसे स्टोक्स लॉ, फिक्स लॉ, वो इस हिसाब से क्वेश्चन आपको पूछते देते हैं। और फोर्थ क्वेश्चन है आपको एक बायोलॉजी के रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, उसमें आपको पूछते हैं कि बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन के लिए कौन से पीसेस रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, और बायोलॉजिकल फिक्सेशन के लिए कितना फिक्सेशन राइस में होता है। इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आपको पूछे जाते हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव फेथ योर पोटेंशियल टू क्रैक नेट एग्जाम। तो सिलेबस कवर करने के बाद आपको दूसरा चीज एकदम ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि हम कौन से पॉइंट कवर करते हैं। उसके अलावा न्यूट्रिशन डिसऑर्डर पे आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा पढ़ना है। उसमें से 5 या 7 क्वेश्चन न्यूट्रिशन डिसऑर्डर पे पूछती है। उसके बाद सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है सॉइल इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स। सॉइल इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स में भी आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा 3 या 4 क्वेश्चन सॉइल इन्फॉर्मेटिक्स में भी पूछते हैं। उसके बाद सॉइल पोल्यूशन एंड सॉइल पोल्यूशन बाय हेवी मेटल, उस पे ज्यादा से ज्यादा 4 या 5 क्वेश्चन आपको हमेशा नेट के एग्जाम में आती है। उसके बाद सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है बुक और ऑथर। मतलब एक एक दो क्वेश्चन तो इस पे आते हैं बुक और ऑथर पे, मतलब बुक का नाम पूछा जाता है या ऑथर का नाम पूछा जाता है। उसके बाद सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है सॉइल कंजर्वेशन एंड वाटर कंजर्वेशन। सॉइल एंड वाटर कंजर्वेशन पे आपके 7 या 8 क्वेश्चन आते हैं, जिसके ऊपर आपको वाटर 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 कंजर्वेशन, सॉइल कंजर्वेशन, सॉइल इरोजन, वाटर इरोजन एंड विंड इरोजन, इस पे आपको डिटेल पढ़ना है। इस पे 7 क्वेश्चन आते हैं, मतलब आती है। उसके बाद सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है मैन्योर्स एंड फर्टिलाइजर। मैन्योर्स और फर्टिलाइजर में सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है कि आपको फर्टिलाइजर फर्टिलाइजर के टाइप, फर्टिलाइजर के कंटेंट, और फर्टिलाइजर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर fertilizer responsible for amendment, also responsible for acidic fertilizer, responsible for basic fertilizer। ये सारी चीजें आपको बार बार पढ़ना है, उस पर डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन आपको पूछे जाते हैं। और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है सॉइल टेस्टिंग एंड एनालिसिस। उस पर 5 से 6 क्वेश्चन आपके पूछे जाते हैं। उस पर सॉइल एनालिसिस में आपको थोड़ा डिटेल पढ़ना पड़ेगा। उस पर ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपको इंडिकेटर, केमिकल रिएजेंट, बेसिक, और हर वो जो एनालिटिकल मेथड है वो किसने दी है, उसके ऊपर ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं। उसके बाद सॉइल माइक्रोबायोलॉजी। सॉइल माइक्रोबायोलॉजी में सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है फिक्सेशन, उसके बाद है मिनरलाइजेशन, उसके बाद है सॉइल ऑर्गेनिक मैटर, उसके बाद है सॉइल कोलाइट एंड सॉइल ह्यूमस। सॉइल ह्यूमस, सॉइल कोलाइट एंड सॉइल ऑर्गेनिक मैटर का आपको थोड़ा डिटेल पढ़ना है। उस पर ज्यादा से ज्यादा कंसेप्चुअली क्वेश्चन आते हैं, डायरेक्टली क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछे जाते। उसके बाद है सॉइल फर्टिलिटी एंड प्लांट न्यूट्रिएंट। सॉइल फर्टिलिटी एंड प्लांट न्यूट्रिएंट में आपको सारे न्यूट्रिएंट के बारे में पढ़ना है, किस फॉर्म में प्लांट के लिए अवेलेबल होते हैं, कितने % प्लांट के लिए अवेलेबल होते हैं। और उसमें आपको ये पढ़ना होगा कि कौन से न्यूट्रिएंट का क्या रोल है प्लांट में, और डेफिशिएंसी है हर एक न्यूट्रिएंट की, वो आपको थोड़ी डिटेल पढ़नी होगी। क्योंकि ओल्डर लीव्स में कौन से न्यूट्रिएंट की डेफिशिएंसी रहती है, यंग लीव्स में कौन से न्यूट्रिएंट की डेफिशिएंसी रहती है, और मिडल में कौन से न्यूट्रिएंट की डेफिशिएंसी, वो आपको डिटेल पढ़ना है। उसके क्लोरोसिस न्यूट्रिएंट के किस प्रकार के होते हैं, और किस प्रकार की डेफिशिएंसी डेवलप होती है न्यूट्रिएंट की, ये सारी चीजें आपको थोड़ा डिटेल में पढ़ने हैं। उसके बाद सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है सॉइल केमिस्ट्री। सॉइल केमिस्ट्री में आपको मिनरलॉजी डिटेल पढ़नी है। उसके बाद जितने भी लॉज है, इक्वेशन है, वो आपको एक एक डिटेल करना है। इक्वेशन डायरेक्टली पूछ सकते हैं। और उसके बाद सॉइल फिजिक्स में सॉइल स्ट्रक्चर और डायनेमिक प्रॉपर्टी। डायनेमिक प्रॉपर्टी पे 1-2 क्वेश्चन तो आराम से आ जाता है। डायनेमिक प्रॉपर्टी आपको एकदम डिटेल पढ़नी है। उसके बाद सॉइल स्ट्रक्चर बहुत इजी चैप्टर है, तो आपको उसमें एक आधा क्वेश्चन तो आ जाता है। उसके बाद सॉइल पेडोलॉजी। सॉइल पेडोलॉजी को मैंने आपको बता चुका हूँ। उसके बाद एग्जाम, जो एग्जाम में अगर आपका 60 to 70% भी सिलेबस अगर कवर है तो 80 to 100 के बीच में ही क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो, क्योंकि उससे अगर आप आगे जाते हो तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चांसेस है नेगेटिव मार्किंग होने के। उसकी वजह से आपके मार्क ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कम होते। उसी वजह से बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट 2-3 बार 3 बार भी एग्जाम देके भी क्वालिफाई नहीं होते हैं। उसका एक में यही रीजन होता है, हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करते हैं। अगर हमें नेट क्वालिफाई करना है उसके लिए हमें सिर्फ 80 से 100 के बीच में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं। अगर आपका 50% के ऊपर सिलेबस कवर हो चुका है, अगर आपका 50% के ऊपर सिलेबस कवर नहीं हुआ है, आपको 80 के नीचे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं। उसमें भी आपका 50% जो सिलेबस कवर हुआ है वो आपका डिटेल होना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं कि आपने सिर्फ ऑब्जेक्टिव की बुक पढ़े या किसी एक कोई भी ऑथर पढ़ा, उससे नहीं हो सकता है। और हम ऑब्जेक्टिव के लिए बेस्ट बुक है कंप्यूडियम ऑफ सॉइल साइंस बाय आर.के. कालेश्वर एंड दूसरा है ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ सॉइल साइंस बाय टी. रमेश। उसमें थोड़ा करेक्शन है, तो आप उसके लिए विश्वास मुखर्जी रिपीटेडली पढ़ो, उससे ही ऑब्जेक्टिव ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा पूछे जाते हैं। उसके बाद अगर आप एग्जाम के पैटर्न के लिए जाते हो तो 70 क्वेश्चन आप अगर सॉल्व करते हो तो ये ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि हमें जो क्वेश्चन डायरेक्ट पूछे गए हैं, जैसे कि ऑथर या एग्जाम्पल या किसी सॉइल के रिलेटेड अगर पूछा गए है, न्यूमेरिकल पूछे गए हैं या कुछ, वो डायरेक्ट आंसर आप पहले सॉल्व कीजिए। उसके बाद आप कंसेप्चुअल आंसर सॉल्व कीजिए। उसके वजह से ना आपकी जो एक्यूरेसी है, जो आपके सॉल्व क्वेश्चन के मार्किंग की एक्यूरेसी है, वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आ जाएगी। थैंक यू। हेलो,
Hello.
ऑडिबल? हेलो, हेलो, हेलो।
Yes. Meenal, you may start the question session.
Thank you, Budbhushan sir. Good evening. Next up with us is Rakesh Moon. Is Rakesh here?
Hello.
Yeah.
Kindly allow my video.
Okay. Good evening, Rakesh.
Hello.
Hello.
Your voice is interrupting. Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Is this now?
Maybe network issue will be there.
Is this the... So shall we start with you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Rakesh is an agricultural chemical student, and right now he's on training for scientist. He qualified his ARS 2021. So Rakesh, tell me a brief about your journey. How did you think about it, or how did you prepare for it?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon to all. Myself Rakesh Kumar from Bikaner, Rajasthan. My specialization for master and PhD is agricultural chemical. It is basically a branch of soil science. For JRF we have to opt exam physical science. After in physical science there is agriculture chemical. So I opt agriculture chemical for master from 2017 to 19. After onwards, I enrolled for PhD in same institute, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, New Delhi, and just now completed PhD and fortunate enough to get the position in ARS, Agriculture Research Service 2021, which was conducted by ASRB. Now I am on training at NARM. So my study has started long in agriculture from 2013 in UZ through ICAR only. So after getting admission in master, basically we have to talk about the ARS NET and all things. So I will concentrate on those. that things only. In agriculture chemicals, we have to cover so many units. We have to revise our fundamentals which were left in 12th 10+2. So first unit is there related to chemistry, basic organic chemistry, first and second. That we have to cover through the Bahel and Bahel. This is the very basic book. We have to generate our simple concept on the chemistry. Then there is a second unit which is related to the different spectroscopic and chromatographic techniques. For that, you need to prefer PS Kelsey book, and for chromatography part, you need to download one good review paper. That is lot of review paper on the website. So prefer one review paper in that from basic to advanced chromatography technique will be there. Then after that, there is a third unit which is natural and botanical pesticide. That also you have to cover from Google and all things, because if you will go for book, there is so many things, but we don't need to cover all the things. So cover only basic things, basis on the syllabus. Like there is the vitamins, so just you have to cover the what is the vitamins and classification and all things. Basic things you have to prepare. Then there is a core part of the agrochemicals is the different types of pesticides, that insecticides, fungicides, and nematicides, herbicides. For that, you need to go in depth, but just brief classification based on the organic group and based on the mode of actions, which kind of mode of action particular class of pesticides having, and then a few examples of major classes, current trend of pesticides, which classes of pesticides is currently using in the different crop pest, and update about the registration of pesticides. And next unit will be there related to pesticide residue chemistry. That is the most important for the ARS net and ARS and also ASRB net. From this unit, 20 to 30 questions will be there in any exams out of this. So for that, you need to prefer basic book SK Handa, pesticide residue chemistry, and also need to update yourself from the Google Scholar by downloading new research paper and all things. In that basic techniques of pesticide residue analysis from initial conventional to advanced techniques. Right now, there is a lot of advancement in instrumentation, HPLC, LCMS, HRMS, LCMS, 2D LCMS. So you have to go through briefly and generate the concept on which concept these instruments is working and for which classes we can use. So basically ASRB net is covering basic questions only. Advanced question will be there, only 15 to 20 question will be there. So you don't need to go for that. To clear the ASRB net, you just go for basic things. Then the next unit will be their environmental chemistry related to pesticides. That also you have to cover through the good review paper, 1 or 2 review paper. That will be more beneficial. The next unit will be their quality control aspects, how pesticides is registered, how MRL fixation happens in India, how MRL is regulated in India, how in ward scenario also we have to learn. So in that there are so many agencies, FAO, WHO, FSSI, Codex, in India, CABRC board. So basically we have to cover the headquarter of these institutions, what is the objective, what is the mandate, where it involved in related to our pesticide residue chemistry. That much only we have to cover from the Google. So that will be more helpful. Next unit will be basic statistic technique to you analyze the different research data, so that you can cover from any basic statistic book or any general agriculture book. So that all for the unit wise material for the clear the ASRB net. Regarding strategy, there is not much strategy actually. First of all, I cleared ASRB net in 2019 with the percentage of 72 in agriculture chemical discipline. Rather than agriculture chemicals, in every discipline, if you want to clear any exam which is conducted by the ASRB or any other agency, First of all, you have to clearly give time 1 or 2 days to on syllabus. Clear the points of syllabus, make the good outlines, find out the proper material which we need to follow up to clear that exam, and start first of all you have to just go through the whole materials. Don't try to give much more time, just read. So at least few words, few keywords will be in your mind. Then start second time. At that time you have to prepare notes. In any way, you just start and prepare notes by giving much more time to particular topics, and start to generate the concept. If any topic is very hard and you are not getting it, words are very difficult, so kindly go. Now we have a lot of facility in digital India, so go to Google and search and find out about the background, how it's working. So that will be more helpful, and it will remain more times in your mind, and that also helpful in your future to clear the any competitive exams, because the ASRB NET is just a qualifying criteria. After that, you have to fight so many exams like ARS, like assistant professor. Now, as in assistant professor, also every university is conducting exam. So that for that you need to clear the concept. Most of time I have seen in agriculture field students using mug up kind of things. They are just mug upping the things, whatever material teachers provide to them, whatever materials they get, but that is not good things. Now is coming competitive era. If you want to clear any exam, then you must have to clear a concept wise. In each and everything there is a concept. If you think in social science also, there is so many concepts. So go for the concepts and try to cover practically, develop the things in mind, and that will be more helpful to clear many exams. Anything more you want to know, you can ask me, I will tell. If any kind of point left, Meenal ma'am, you can ask, I will clarify.
Okay, sir. What could you tell about during the examination? Like when we are attempting questions during the examination, so some of the student psychology is like to attempt as much as they can, right? Normally. So what would you suggest about that, or the time management during the exam?
Yes. Actually, for my case, I usually attempt more, because I have seen for ICR exams, they are not having that much of tough MCQ type in any exam, UG, PG, PhD, NET. So if you will go for low attempt, then there will be more chance to failure. So after entering the examination hall, most of time you have to open the paper. If you find in first page, you open second page. In that you find 3 to 4 questions continuously you are not getting. So close that page, start from back side. There you will find very moderate or easy type of questions. From that you have to start. Most of them we get frustrated by seeing the hard questions. So start from easy questions. In first attempt, you just tick mark of all easy questions, which directly you able to get the answer after reading the questions. When you directly get answer, those question you have to attempt first. After that goes in second round, and the think on the particular doubtful questions. If you are in doubt, then you must have to solve. If you are not knowing anything about the questions, every option is new question also you are not getting, that question you must have to left unattempted, because if you will go for that, then there is a more chance to get negative marks. So if you are in any question, any person's having doubt 50-50%, then he must have, according to my opinion, maybe somebody have different opinion, must have to go for attempt.
Okay, sir. And what would you suggest about the books? Like, are there some of the books you would like to tell students about it? Like, these are the books they should definitely follow, or something like that.
Yes. For this agriculture chemicals, I have mentioned in my lecture books, different books. For chemistry part, I have mentioned basic Behel and Behel books. For pesticide residue chemistry, there is SK Handa. For insecticide part, Perry and Perry. and NK Roy also. For pesticide formulation part, I forgot about tell about the pesticide formulation. For that, you go for the few chapter from the Pramar and Tomar book. For spectroscopy, PS Kelsey. For chromatography, you have to go for good review paper. For natural and botanical pesticide, you need to cover from good review paper. That will be more helpful because there is a lot of material on the websites. If you will go for any book, then you will not clarify the things. Then mode of action of different class of pesticide you can prefer from the website CIBRC. There is a lot of chart and PDFs, so that will be more helpful to understand the things. For environmental and quality control, you have to cover from the Google, because that will provide a brief information. We need brief only. We don't need to go for the act and all things for the whatever institute mentioned in the syllabus. We just have to cover the words is where is the headquarter, when it was established, who is now chairing that particular organizations, and what is the objective, and what is the correlation between our pesticide residue and that particular organization.
Sir, there are questions related to years and scientific names or name of the scientists or authors like that, right? So, how would you recommend that students, how should students memorize those kind of things?
Yes. For that, I usually prefer to mark out all the scientists in 1 page or 2 page, 3 page separately. Years also separately for particular organization, for particular law, act, and all things in separate PDF or PPT. Usually, I used to arrange in chronologically from where it has started. Chronologically, I'm making some story. Like first of all, this institute has come. After that, some renovation happens. Then this institute come into picture. This plays this role. This likewise. For years also similarly same kind of things. And for scientists, we need to cover daily to from that particular materials. And think about whenever that topic comes in mind. I usually think about the who is discovered, when it was discovered. First giving stress on mind. If I'm not recalling, then immediately I used to open. Now everybody have an Android phone in hand. So kindly you can keep that PPT or in the Word form or in the PDF form in your phone. Immediately open at anywhere and see. So that will be more helpful and helps to recall more times.
And suppose someone is in masters or like they are preparing for the next year's exam. So what would be a roadmap kind of thing? Because most of the students are confused from where to start, those who have never attempted these exams. So what would be a roadmap sort of thing that you would provide for them from starting to the end?
For that, earlier I mentioned that for a master, if any students comes into master get admission, then basically he may go through any kind of exam of which was conducted by ICAR. So level of examination will be same in ASRB also. Level of questions also same as in ICAR exams. So for starting, just we have to download our syllabus. Unit wise, we have to point out the topic, making first of all make outline of the books or materials from which we have to cover particular units. Then first thing he or she has to do, just cover the things roughly, so they are able to get the words for words only. First just read, so he will get familiar with the different words which included in syllabus. After that, in second time, he has to start topic wise with the notes. Maybe student are not able to make the good notes. So first make rough notes. In that, most of time students get write down all the things whatever they learn. But if you will go for second time, then you will be very precise. So in second time, he or she has to prepare notes and give more time to particular topic, get understanding about the each and every topic or point which is included in syllabus. Similarly for different units, and he has to cover it. If he or she covered in this manner, that will be more helpful and helps to in other exams also.
And since not many days are left for the exam, so what would be the 10 days strategies you would like to suggest students?
As I mentioned earlier also, for few days, you have to just cover brief, don't go in depth. Just like take it syllabus, just point out the each and every point of syllabus and get brief knowledge about that. Because out of total questions, 60 to 70% question will be from basic things. So we must have to cover basic things first. In short period of time, he able to cover the basic things, then definitely we be able to qualify this NET exam.
Okay, so here's my last question, sir. During your preparation, did you came across any sort of platform like this or got an opportunity like this to get hands-on interaction with achievers?
No, I basically my master and PhD from IRI, New Delhi. So there is a lot of seniors mentor is there. So basically I get interacted with them and they usually giving the tips and we following, and in similar manner subsequently we are also providing the guidance to juniors. So in that way that is helpful for me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your beautiful insights and all the best for your training. So that would
Thank
be
you.
all.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Bye.
So Dr. Akshay, is he here?
Meenal, he is not joining.
Okay.
Yeah, you can give your vote of thanks.
So that would be all for the first day of the ASRB-NET event, which we have organized as a part of 7 days insights from the achievers. I hope this was helpful for you, and I was like to thank all the candidates who have joined, all the speakers who participated in this, and everyone who is a part of this event. So that would be all from us, and hope to see you tomorrow as well. So thank you.